Imagine this. It's early 2026. You're standing at the airport, coffee in one hand, passport in the other, ready for a trip you've waited months for. You're excited, you're relaxed, until suddenly you realize something has changed. That credit card perk you always rely on? Gone. The luggage policy you thought you understood? Completely different. That seat selection trick you always use? Not only does it not work anymore, it now costs you money. Welcome to travel in 2026, a year that's about to quietly rewrite the rules of flying. And the wild part? Most travelers won't see it coming until they're already at the airport, frustrated, delayed, or paying for something that used to be free. Airlines won't announce all of this loudly. They rarely do. These changes usually start hidden in terms and conditions, quietly tested on select routes, then rolled out globally once passengers stop asking questions. But today, you're getting ahead of it. You're about to learn what's shifting, why it's happening, and exactly how to navigate it like a traveler who doesn't just fly, but flies smart. By the end of this video, you'll know the policies, the new systems, the quiet cutbacks, and yes, the new perks coming in 2026 that most flyers will completely miss. And if you use what I'm about to share, you'll avoid headaches, avoid surprise fees, and unlock advantages that airlines hope you don't realize you have. Let's get into it. The quiet shrinking of carry-on allowed. There's a phrase you're going to hear more and more next year. Personal item only fare. Budget airlines love it. Legacy carriers are adopting it. And 2026 is the year it fully becomes mainstream. More fares will look cheap up front until you realize they don't include a standard carry-on bag. Just a personal item, something that fits under the seat. Backpack? Maybe. Rolling suitcase? Nope. Unless you're paying extra. And here's the twist. Airlines have been quietly tightening the definition of personal item. If your bag bulges, if the handle sticks up, if the wheels peek out, gate agents are going to be more strict, not less. Why? Because carry-on bin space is money now. So what does that mean for you? Know your bag dimensions, pack intentionally. And here's the part most travelers don't realize. If you're boarding late, especially in 2026 when flights are fuller and aircraft are being configured to squeeze in more seats, gate checking may not be optional. And the fee? It won't be kind. But here's your advantage. Airlines often let travelers with any elite status, even the lowest tier, bring carry-ons without penalty. And if you don't have status, look at airline branded cards. The cheapest versions will still protect your bag rights. The trick in 2026 isn't packing less. It's packing smarter and positioning yourself so your bag doesn't become revenue for someone else. Because the truth is simple. Airlines are shrinking what's included, so travelers quietly pay for what used to be assumed. But not you. Not after today. Seat selection will become a battle. You've probably already felt this shift. Paying to choose seats is normal now. But in 2026, seat selection fees will become even more aggressive, especially for families. Airlines are already testing algorithms that price seats based on booking behavior. Book later, the price goes up. Traveling with kids, the system predicts urgency, raises prices. Need a window seat on a long flight? They know, and it costs more. And yes, some airlines have begun locking aisle and window seats, so you have to pay to avoid the middle. You'll see more of that next year. Here's how smart travelers will play it. But don't rush seat selection. Watch seat maps over time. Claim family seating rights when traveling with kids, especially toddlers. Use the check-in window strategically because some seats unlock within 24 hours of departure. Ask at the gate politely. Gate agents can sometimes give you preferred seats when they're balancing the aircraft load. And here's a subtle advantage most travelers forget. Medical seating accommodations. If you have a condition, including mobility limitations or anxiety that affects seating needs, airlines are required to assist. The key is knowing how to request it calmly, confidently, and early. People who understand policy don't panic when seat maps get restrictive. They navigate, they time it right, and they leverage systems, not emotion. Lounge crowding will hit a breaking point. Airport lounges used to be calm retreats. In 2026, many will feel more like busy cafes. Credit card companies gave lounge access to millions of people, and now they're pulling back. Limitations, time caps, guest fees. They're tightening access, not because they want to punish you, but because demand exploded. What does that mean for you? You need a lounge strategy going into 2026, not blind loyalty to one card or one airline. Look at priority pass alternatives. Consider lesser-known lounges, and most importantly, travel during off-peak hours when lounges quietly reset. But here's the hack many overlook. Smaller regional airlines, partner lounges, and independent airport lounges often offer better food, better seating, and no crowds because everyone flocks to the brand name lounge. In 2026, going where the crowd isn't becomes the real upgrade. Biometrics will replace boarding passes, and you'll need a backup. Facial recognition boarding, identity verification gates, biometric checks, they're expanding. Fast. And while it looks seamless, here's what everyone forgets. Tech fails, systems lag, profiles glitch. And when it happens, the traveler without a physical document gets stuck. So in 2026, the smartest passengers travel like this. Digital boarding pass, paper boarding pass, ID ready, backup photo of passport stored securely. Not because we don't trust technology, but because systems evolve faster than the staff using them. The people who breeze through airports next year won't be the ones who rely on one method. They'll be the ones who have two, always. Early boarding will matter more than ever. In previous years, early boarding was a convenience. In 2026, it's a strategy. With tighter bag policies, fuller flights, and airlines prioritizing certain travelers, early boarding protects your seat space, your overhead bin space, your boarding experience, your flight calm. This isn't about ego, it's logistics. And you don't need elite status to do this. Here's what smart flyers will use. Airline-branded cards, specialty ticket types, family boarding windows, mobility assistance requests when genuinely needed, gate check timing, boarding group strategy. Yes, there's a way to move up without paying. In 2026, boarding early isn't a flex. It's survival for anyone carrying a bag. Security screening will become tighter and smarter. Security is evolving. Tighter liquid checks, new scanners, AI monitoring lines. It's going to feel different. Not bad, just more layered. But here's what savvy travelers do. They don't argue. They don't rush. They anticipate. And yes, programs like TSA, PreCheck, Global Entry, NEXUS, and CLEAR are becoming less nice to have and more baseline for smooth travel. Here's the tiny detail people miss. Apply when your travel demand is low. Enrollment wait times surge every peak season. Make 2026 the year you secure your status early, because nothing ruins a trip like a stressful start. And nothing protects your calm like knowing you glide through checkpoints when others don't. Flight changes will cost more, unless you play the system. Free change fees were generous during the pandemic era. Now, they're coming back, subtly, route-based, fare-based, and timeline-based. But here's the good news. Airlines still quietly allow free changes under certain circumstances. You just need to know when to ask. Schedule adjustments, mechanical delays, crew timing shifts, weather-related operational changes. If you learn the language and the timing, you can still move flights without paying. But the window will be smaller and the rules will be stricter. 2026 rewards travelers who watch their email itinerary notifications and act fast. Hotels will mirror airlines, fees, upgrades, and automation. Hotels have been watching airlines. The upsell model works. In 2026, expect early check-in fees, late checkout fees, premium room position pricing, lobby service automation, upgrade bidding systems. But here's the upside. Travelers who learn upgrade timing will win like never before. Message the hotel 24 hours before arrival. Be friendly, human, and specific. Mention a special occasion when true. Ask at check-in again. Front desk staff often have different availability than the app. Upgrades are still happening. They're just going to people who ask, not those who expect. By the way, if you love uncovering the real rules of travel before they go mainstream, make sure you're subscribed to BoardiFly. This channel isn't about traveling more. It's about traveling smarter, smoother, and with the quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly how the system works. And when you know that, no policy change can ruin your trip ever again. 2026 will reward travelers with status. Even the new kind. There's a new arms race in travel loyalty, not old school miles, not even points, but behavior-based loyalty systems. Some airlines in 2026 will start rewarding frequency over distance, spending over miles, engagement over history. That means even casual travelers can earn perks, not through huge trips, but through smart patterns. And if you think loyalty programs are dying, you're watching the wrong airlines. Some are doubling down, just shifting how they measure value. So what's your move? Pick your airline now, stick with it, book directly when possible, and pay attention to promotions. Airlines are quietly testing new loyalty rewards to compete with credit card ecosystems. Next year won't punish you for lack of status, but it will reward those who build even minimal consistency. Airlines will automate, but human interaction will still unlock upgrades. Chatbots, automated customer service, digital rebooking, they're improving. But remember this, automation follows rules. Humans make exceptions. So even as systems expand, the best prepared travelers will solve simple issues via app, elevate tricky situations to humans, speak respectfully and with clarity, keep documentation, know when to walk to the service desk instead of waiting on hold. And here's the secret. In 2026, kindness will become a travel strategy. Staff fatigue is real. Respect isn't just being polite, it's tactical. It keeps you first in line for help when systems fail. Aircraft layouts will shrink, but comfort tricks still work. More seats, slimmer padding, tighter rows. Yes, it's happening on select new aircraft deliveries. But here's what smart travelers do. They pick aircraft models strategically. A 350, 787, certain Airbus narrow bodies with better seat technology. They check seat maps before booking, not after. They use seat maps that show seat pitch, recline, and foot space, not just availability. And here's the mindset shift for 2026. You're not buying a ticket. You're buying a seat experience. Choose it like it matters, because it does. Conclusion, your 2026 travel mindset. So let's bring it home. 2026 isn't about fear. It's about awareness. It's about flying in a world where companies are optimizing profits, and you're optimizing your experience. The travelers who struggle next year will be the ones who assume nothing changed. The travelers who thrive will be the ones who adapt, stay informed, and move through travel systems with strategy, not stress. Remember this phrase, your master key for 2026. Prepared travelers travel free. Free from surprise fees, free from last-minute stress, free from feeling at the mercy of airlines and airports. Plan ahead. Watch the quiet rules. Ask when it matters. Protect your peace. Fly smart, not reactive. You deserve calm skies. And information is your boarding pass to them. Now I want to hear from you. What's one travel perk or change you noticed recently that surprised you? Drop your answer in the comments. And as always, if you found value here, hit like, share this with a traveler who needs it, and subscribe for more real insider travel intelligence. Until next time, fly smarter.